welcome to Simulator Sundays. I see everybody got here early. We got Hound and I inside the locomotive right now. We bring him in. I got him in here on the Discord with me. And we're already en route. We started in Barstow. Hello, by the way, Hound. Thanks for joining me again. We're here and we're just leaving Victorville. And as you see, we're in BNSF 30 or 7318. We're just departing Victorville now. We're headed towards the Cajon Pass. This is going to go to San Diego. But we brought it from Barstow. Worked Barstow Yard a little bit today. And so Kurt, Bobby, Rockefeller, Pat, and Mr. White, welcome. We are just getting out of the yard here. And our train here today, that's a big one. We get the stats up there for you guys to see. 13,000 tons. It's only 7,400 feet. 13,000 tons, and we're going down the big hill. I don't know which, I'm not sure yet which main we're going to end up on. But we're definitely going down the hill, as long as the auto routes is there, by the way. See what he does here. I pulled into this siding so I can reboot and everything prior to the stream. All right, I got an acknowledgement. So let's look here on our big screen. See, okay, so we're gonna go on to main 2. Main 2 is, that's the big one, 3.4%. So it is what it is. I got DPU air. There's not really any mountains here. All right. Ah, it's too hot out there. Close those. We don't want those open. That's right. Rockefeller's Hound. You are live in Discord, by the way. If you want to talk in there, it's okay. If you don't, not really. He's a little camera shy.
Yeah, sorry about it. I had all the sound turned on, so it was all mixed together. I think I got it fixed now.
Yeah, I got you. So, tell everybody, tell all your fans hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Riding along with Beer today. Keeping an eye on him.
You've seen Hound and I work before together in some videos that I put out, but you need a ride to the summit. Hop in. We got a seat right behind Hound. I think you showered today, right, Hound?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Does I smell good?
I'm smelling dryer sheets, but you know that could be from your.
Oh, I thought it was flowers. Okay.
So back when I was in the Navy, there was actually a guy that we worked with that he would rub those instead of taking a shower, he would literally rub the dryer sheets on his clothes, but it smelled fresh. But we're like, "What are you doing? You know, you're not taking showers?" He's like, "Don't I smell like it?" Like, yeah, but you smell like dryer sheets or something. It's weird. Yep, that's what the problem was.
I'll keep the window open on this side.
Well, I mean, Mr. White is, oh wait, he's not really, this isn't foreign to him, getting inside of a cab with somebody, you know what I mean? With a bunch of stinky guys. So yeah, we're a few miles away. Which, by the way, when I bring this up, and you guys, I leave it up there sometimes, it's because sometimes I switch windows over in this other screen, and I can't see that it's up, you know, sometimes because stuff gets in the way. But that's where we're going on the Cajon sub. Yeah, Mr. White says he smelled worse. Good afternoon, Mike. How you doing? Welcome. Let me see. Text message real quick, which is not legal while you're driving a train. And we are taking Big Bertha here. This is Bar San Diego. So we grabbed this from Barstow. We actually built it in Barstow, cleaned out the hump a little bit. And then we are going to move it down towards San Diego, see how much time we have, but this train eventually is going to go by Porphyry, which is in Riverside, drop off the cars in the back. Well, there's a little bit of shuffling around. We've got San Diego cars that are full, then we got the Porphyry cars that are full, then we got the Porphyry cars that are empty, and then the San Diego cars are empty. So it's going to have a little bit of a shuffle, which was a better idea than having empties in the consist up towards the head end so that we derail going down. Now, going down the hill, this is going to be a challenge, especially if we're on main 2, 3.4. I am going to try to use the DPUs only as dynamic braking, and then I'm going to try not to use any air to see if I can pull that off. But of course, I will be maintaining my power here, making sure that I engineer correctly and see if we can get down the hill safely regardless. So rotten mayonnaise does not sound very pleasurable. You smell like rotten mayonnaise. I'm riding in a train, and that's rough days right there. All right, I'm running to the back here just so I can see what I got here, just to make sure everything is set up correctly. MU is reversed there, and that MU is forward. Okay, good. We're at just under 15, and so that's looking good there. My independent is released.
Oh, good.
I see my brake cylinder has 6 on it, but
I jumped onto the train, by the way, so I can keep an eye on the back.
okay, thank you. But yeah, right now I see where it says brake cylinder 6. Let me do a quick calibration of the rail driver. Okay. Now, okay, so that's good. And then we'll do our notching too. So we'll set that there, come up a little bit. That's good because we're going to want that. All right. Yeah, the brake cylinder still says 6. But let's bring this to a stop and let's do a quick relinquish.
8 more to go.
How many?
8.
Okay, I'm coming to a stop so I can see if I can get that brake cylinder thing out of there.
Roger.
Because where it's saying 6 isn't making sense. And then of course I was going too fast to actually do that. But all right, let me relinquish train. We do this again.
It's better to check now because you get hot boxes.
All right, brake cylinder is down to 0. I'm going all the way on. All right, now I am going to throttle up, but I have a red here because I stopped. So let me call the dispatcher and let's get that route back. Watch him route us to see what he gives us. It gave me an okay. Okay, so we're still going to be on main 2. All right, I'm coming forward, Hound.
Roger. You got 6 cars and 3 DPUs to go.
6 cars, 3 DPUs. All right, we're rolling forward. Yeah, that did fix the ND.
BNSF detector, milepost 37.7, main 2, ambient
That's us, main 2.
105 degrees.
105. About right. Yeah, a lot of these problems, they occur when we take a break real quick to set up for the stream. So like I said, I literally had this job and I told everybody, I'll be right back, I'm going to reboot. And then when I came back into server after rebooting, so it was, you know, I was gone less than 60 seconds. Somebody already had my train. I'm like, can you release that? I was, you know, I'm not done with it. And he's like, sure. And he was looking for a different one. So, so he gave it back to me and I was able to get back into it. But, you know, that shuffle between owners usually causes some sort of weird issues a lot of times. So if you're in Run 8, make sure that, what's up, Chris? Hola, senor. Make sure that when you're in there that you're not grabbing a train that's not available for you. I had this set to recrew because literally all I had to do is do a quick shutdown and turn on because otherwise the stream goes poorly. But we ran it to there just so I can stop it and restart. So that's why I never released it from recrew. I was really not done with it yet. So it was not like I was gone for 20 minutes or something. All right, we got Hound back on board. Thank you so much for handling those switches back there.
No worries, switches are lined for the main.
The switches are locked in line for the main. I have this little map up, but I may bring it up a little bit larger for me. Because my monitors are in 4K, I have it up small for the stream to put in the window in there so it doesn't take up the whole thing. But for me, tiny. Oh, that's San Bernardino sub. We don't want San Bernardino sub. I mean, we do, but we don't. So, main 2, it looks like. Hound, you got your wish. You wanted to see a professional handling down the steepest part. What's up, Rise? You may get that.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
If NM was here, you might find a derailment here actually occur live. Hopefully not. I have this gentleman's life in my hands right now. He's in charge of the whole operation, but I'm in charge of the train itself. So right now he has a lot of trust in me that I'm not overeating hot Cheetos and putting his life in danger.
I trust you, Bear.
Well, I think so if we derail, first thing like you said earlier, just jump out the window. The worst that's going to happen is you might bruise a 1 or a 0.
It's open already, so.
What happened? The window?
The window, it's open already.
Okay. All right, good. Yeah,
It's gonna take us a while to get over to Cajon, but
yeah.
what's the ETA?
To Cajon?
Yep.
3 cups of coffee?
And a donut.
And a donut. Chris said the plane with the fire hound. Job is completed, but cars disappeared. LMC bar. That's fine, because that was going outbound anyways. I mean, it's not fine, but it's fine. It's worse when it's the supply ones, like what happened to me earlier. I disconnected 2 DPUs, and as I backed off, as soon as they uncoupled, and it might have been because there was an EOT attached now I think about it, because I had that train ready to depart. And then we decided we're going to throw some more bars for the industry on there. And as soon as I pulled the DPUs off, the whole thing just poof. David Copperfield swooped down and abracadabra, your stuff's gone. Mr. White saying if we do derail in the Cajon Pass, it's good for the buzzards because it keeps them fed. They need food too. The vultures. I mean, after saying that, now I'm thinking that it's not like our dead body is going to sit out there forever and rot. I mean, there are off-road people that go out there and have fun and go camping, and they should see us and call the sheriff's department, hopefully. And I think BNSF, you know, if they realize that their train that we were bringing to them didn't make it, that they might, you know, send out search party or whatever. I don't know if the buzzards are... I think buzzards like the meat to rot a little bit first. Yeah, it should, right? Pixel meat. You get like two zeros and 2 1s, and you put the ones crossways, and then you get your skull and crossbones. Well, maybe they may not be coming looking for us, but they'll be looking for their train, and our body parts will be scattered throughout the train. So as they move the train parts, maybe some will trip over the bodies. Just a guesstimate. Somebody told me that the cars disappeared and they unhooked the power, and I'm like, yeah, the same thing I went through earlier. The damn EOT was probably still attached, which is what happened to me. I didn't even think about that. I'm like, you know, that's happened to me twice before in the 2 years. Well, no, I guess I've only been playing this for a year. It's only V3's only been out for a year, but there was a 2 times, one in when I was in City of Industry Yard, where the cars just did that. They pooped. And ever since then, I removed the EOTs. I tell everybody, remove the EOTs. The problem was on the DPUs, I didn't realize I had EOTs on them because they're, you know, they're engines and their power. And I didn't realize that I'd auto EOT'd it because I usually don't until the train goes out. But as I just mentioned, I did prepare the train to go and forgot totally that they had the EOTs activated on them. That's why mine disappeared. I had to save to put them back in, and usually if you guys take trains, if you guys are part of this community, if not, the link to Discord is down below. If you are, when you jump in a train to take it, like the one I'm on now, simply, if you have your train already, you're driving down the road, go here to sim options, load save, train, and type in, I want to save this train, and then you hit save as. Boom. Now that's the name of the train or whatever you have is going to be in your save, and if you delete it, you can just simply go into your folder in Run 8, take out the info file and the XML file, send it to us in Discord, and we can put it back for you if we have time. So yeah, that's important. Sponsored by Hound, that message right there. Do note that if you need us to respawn a train, the way that it works is you have to give it to us. Like I said, we have to put it in Discord. We have to stop whatever we're doing, put it in the folder of our computer after we download it. We have to leave the server, restart the game, come in, go back to where you're at, load it, and then put it where you want it, or, you know, wherever it disappeared from. So that process takes a few minutes as well. And if we're busy running, like I'm running a train now, if you said, hey, I blew up my train, I'm like, well, yeah, can't help you right now. Somebody else might be able to, or just now you're going to have to wait a while. Put it in Discord and we'll get to it as soon as we can. In this case, he was dropping it off in Barstow anyways, and it was an outbound train. So, I mean, there's a lot wrong with that sentence right there, Rise. First of all, you're thinking that people are raiding Taco Bell or chalupas. And usually the rating occurs after you purchase the product and consume them. And usually that's only about 2 or 3 a.m. after a night on the town, you know. So you're going in the middle of the day to Taco Bell for nourishment. There is more problems than you're admitting. And there's nothing wrong with Taco Bell. It's just not real Mexican food. As I live in Southern California, where there is real Mexican food. But we're going up 1.5%, which is why we're crawling here. By the way, Hound is overseas, so he's up really late very late in the morning, or early in the morning, late at night. So we want to thank him for hanging out with us.
And forgive me if I'm a little bit quiet, but that's the reason why.
So he said forgive him if he's quiet because he's consuming coffee trying to stay awake at these early morning hours. And he's eating pastries.
Yeah, the pastries are doing it. Keeping me up. Keeping an eye on you, keeping an eye on the lights.
Yeah.
Job of the conductor, right?
Yep. So Chris is talking about the hemorrhoids from Taco Bell, and I think if you eat Taco Bell, the least of your worries would be hemorrhoids. That'd probably be the last thing that happens. Any hemorrhoids that you have forming would definitely be flushed out at a high rate of speed. Not in my experience. I don't have a negative effect with Taco Bell, but that's what I've read on Facebook. And I mean, that's where real news comes from. If you're not reading Facebook to get your news, if you're watching television, I wouldn't say reading newspapers because, you know, they're just as bad as the regular media. Well, Mr. Whitehound, I don't know if you're seeing chat, but Mr. White is saying if you were his conductor and you're drinking coffee and eating pastries, you have to ride out in the front. You have to be out in the porch, front of the train. He's sorry to be that way, but it'd probably tempt him to want to eat some too, and he's not allowed to as an engineer.
So I have to go outside?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I might be able, but
well,
let me open up the window.
Well, no, if you go down through the center here, right through the nose, right past the bathroom, this one's working. I already tested it, but with the number 1. So it flushed and everything, which was good. But if you go right past that, you can go out to the porch and get some fresh air and enjoy your coffee in these early morning hours. Wind in your face, 105-degree wind, like 40 degrees or 39 Celsius. What was the other option? Rise. Sorry, on what?
I should be on the front.
I see you. Mm-hmm.
Can't see you. Oh, you can see.
Yep. There he is.
With my donut here.
Yep.
Remind me.
All right, Mr. White. He followed your instructions, and he's doing. See, what a good conductor this man is right here. So if you blow a fart right now, if you blow one, that would be called blowing a fart in the wind. All right, 50 miles an hour.
Loud.
Well, yeah, it's, you know, train horns. They're a warning device. They're not meant to be right on the nose eating pastries, drinking coffee, you know. Wait, don't you have earplugs in?
Oh, now I do, yep.
Oh, okay, because I mean, that's part of our safety equipment. We have steel-toe shoes, a reflective vest, gloves, safety glasses, and foam earplugs, because, you know, those are the best.
Well, finished my donut. Permission to come back in.
Oh, you don't need permission. It's your operation. I'm just controlling the train.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Come back in.
You're the clipboard man. I just move joysticks, or just move levers. But now that you're inside, listen. We're kind of shielded by the semi insulated cab. Air conditioning that was kind of working.
So much better.
Yeah.
except the air then.
Well, if your window's closed, then it won't be as loud.
Well, it's one in the other, the air or the window.
You know, if you open the window with the air conditioner on, the cool air goes right past your face and then out the window, so you can actually feel it moving.
That's an idea.
So you had a pizza guy bringing you a pizza and you honked at him or something, or was he on the ground right in front?
You saw that crossing back there? He stopped over there, grabbed the pizza from out of the window with a long pole.
Oh, like they used to do in the old days where they hung things on the poles? You come by with a hook?
Yeah. Doesn't work well with cake or something, you know.
Yeah.
But with donuts, it's okay.
Well, it's amazing. I'm in notch 8, by the way. And, well, we're, finger quotes, we're moving. Well, Mr. White saying they saw the pizza guy come up and wait until the got right in front of the engine, and he blew the horn. Pizza box went up to the air, and he screamed like a girl. Good night, Chris. Have a good one. Thanks for showing up.
42.6.
Wow, he's giving Hound a little bit of a negativity there. He said, good night, guys. Not so much for Hound.
See you later, buddy.
Enjoy some paprika pastries. I mean, I don't even know if that's a thing. Doesn't sound good.
Mr. Engineer.
Yes, sir.
Question here for you.
All right, what's up?
Why is our brake pipe showing 71?
You mean 71 in the rear?
70 on the rear. 70.
Yep.
At
The
least
ER says, well, let's do another calibration because maybe that's why we're going so slow.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Something it doesn't feel right.
Well, you know, the rail driver was. All right, so let me do that. Of course, the alerter wants to go off now. Because you can't do anything, you know. All right, so I've got, yeah, I'm releasing. This is just a nightmare, isn't it? Like, because everything was good until I, shut down and all that. So we're going to have hot boxes if we don't fix that anyway. All right, so let's go ahead and just we'll bring her to a stop because I can't get anything off. That's it, 71. You see the brake cylinder's at 3 again.
Yep.
So we'll come to a stop and we'll fix that. But yeah, it's irritating because everything was perfect before. All right, so that's good. Okay, and then the brakes. I'm gonna go up to here. We're gonna come all the way down here, so that will be 0. And that's good there. Let me jump out. Gonna actually relinquish. If I can have you jump out too, Hound.
Yep.
I don't know why we had Knuckles brake, but see if we have any broken knuckles now. Wipe. Okay. Now my game's not responding or something. What? Oh, is that an angle? All right, so I don't know where the breakage is right after the first couple cars. Right here. Okay, so let me back up and grab it. Oh, that's weird. All right, so we got all the way to the rear now, so everything's good.
Main 2, ambient temperature 103 degrees.
All right, let's do this. Let's get on the ground. We got the handbrakes on. Let's relinquish our train, re-grab it. Let's do all this again. Get inside of it. See if we can release our brake pressure, which it doesn't look like we can. I don't know if that's right or not because it says 71 still. No matter what I'm doing, it still says 71. Not making a lot of sense to me. And that's normal right there, so I'm not sure why. Take a look at it again. All right, let me get this up. So brake pipe 70. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to turn off the, well, let's see, I gotta do that. So we have the handbrakes on. We're gonna have to take drastic actions. So let me do this. I'll still talk to you guys, but I am going to leave the server and come back because it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. So let's see, train, relinquish. I'm gonna actually reboot my game.
I'll take a look at it
Okay.
while you restart.
Yep. So yeah, I don't know if it was something since update 9 because I had this train prior to the stream. I literally stopped it in those sightings and then relinquished it, turned off my computer, turned it back on, came back in the server, launched the game, went back into the server itself, and then took it over, started moving, and then I went live on the stream. So I don't know if that's the problem or not. So I just have to get my password and stuff in here, and then I'll go live here in a second. It does take a minute to get things working here. All right, here we come back right now. And sometimes that crashes it. So go to where Hound is. All right, did you see anything with it?
Well, it doesn't respond correctly because the brake pipe shows 70 for me as well.
Okay.
And I don't use a rail drive. I'll relinquish so you can take control.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, let me do all this again. All right, so look at our thing. Yeah. All right, well, we're taking it. It is what it is. It's not going to behave.
There's one thing you could try, respawn it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yep. That's probably the last ditch effort, right?
that's, yeah. Last thing we could try.
Oh, well, of course. I put my password in there. All right, give me 1 second, guys. I already put my password in there, and then, oh, okay, so it doesn't say it. Good. There we go. You have to have a password to do that. All right, copy, player, train. Delete. Look at Mr. White fell out.
Poor guy.
All right, let's see what this does. Get everything set back up.
Yeah, that looks a lot better.
Oh yeah, look, we're back to normal. I don't know what
Yep.
the heck was going on with that.
Well, sometimes that happens, and the only way to fix it is to respawn it, so...
Right. Yep. Yeah, thank you for that advice. You're a good conductor. I'm going to give it a little bit of a... I don't know what our grade is because it's not saying anything yet. So I'm powering things up. If you guys want to jump in.
Alright.
Come off on the handbrakes.
Quincy, you can come up here. You got to sit down here. if you want.
Detector milepost.
Okay. Broken coupler. We didn't do anything.
2. Ambient temperature 102 degrees.
All right, where's our air? So we got to the first car afterwards, got a broken coupler. That's what happens when you stop and relinquish, right? But it's not broken. It's just... I mean, it's broken, but it's not. So, interesting. Let's try this again. Handbrakes on. We're in forward. Independence fully on. I'm going to go ahead and DPU fence. All right, we're going to bring it up to just notch 1. Put a little pressure on the back here. Actually, I'll go 2. Okay, answering, handbrake off. I'm gonna go notch 2 on the front end. Now we have that's the fence. Coming off on the independent brake. Let's see if we move forward. All right, we are moving forward. Notch 6 on the rear, 3 on the front. Now that I have, I'm gonna wait to get positive movement, which I have now. I'm gonna remove the fence.
BNSF detector milepost 42.6. Main 2. Ambient temperature 102 degrees.
Mr. White with us? Where'd he go? Should be able to hop in now. Still on the side. He's taking a pee. Oh, he's not here. Oh, he's right behind us. He's one of the other engines. He's riding one of the... He wants his own air conditioning, I think. He's like, it's too hot up there. You guys stink or something.
It's the smell, probably.
Probably. Arco's already bored. Hello, Arco. You could ride in here with us too.
Pretty tough start.
Yeah, he's 2 units back. He doesn't like our... I thought I brushed my teeth before. All right, well, we are moving now. Yeah, it took a little bit of things to go. We were having problems with all kinds of just like server issues, and got them cleared up. Let's check our DS because I'm sure that's all messed up now. We're on main 2, probably going to main 2. Let's see, are we in the block? No, we can't call them yet. We'll wait another minute and then we'll go ahead and get ready to call them. An emergency tone. I'm like, beep, 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 help, help. All right, we want a signal. Yeah, he doesn't want it. He doesn't have time for us right now. I'm busy. You're too far away from control point. Call me later. All right, for you guys that may have joined a little bit later than normal, if this means anything to you, we're at 13,300 tons. Yeah, deadheading at its finest. You're chilling out back there. Your own unit, listen to your music. Probably on your cell phone because you're not driving. But anyways, we're 13,300 tons. 2.4 is our horsepower per ton, which is not a lot. 7,400 feet, and we're going towards the Cajon Pass now. So we're going to try to get this beast down the hill as easy as we can without breaking anything. We've already broke couplers. We didn't break couplers until we stopped to fix the problem, and that didn't fix the problem, and then busted knuckles trying to get started again with all the air problems and everything else that we had. Good to go now, so we're back in the swing of things. And it's Arco's nap time. Joins up so that he can take a quick nap. On Sundays. If we look at our couplers, there we go, 189. I seen it on 2 different screens. It was sort of going up 1.1%. And finally we are speeding up, so I wonder how, if that didn't have anything to do with it, why we couldn't get going. Well, no, we're doing about the same. I'm only in notch 7, but I mean, slowly speeding up. I mean, we were doing 25 before, even with that issue, so I think that was just an issue with the sim itself.
Could be. It did show on the train graph the brakes were on, but yeah, sometimes it's glitchy.
Yeah. Well, then if we look right now,
this looks good.
Yeah, everything's looking good here. I don't know what that top line is. I need to really, because I don't use this graph, I use the gauges. But on the top graph, you know, you have your 4 power units in the head end, and you got this yellow. It's going to white, then to green, and I'm not sure what that means. I know top white is fully charged on the bottom.
Yeah, the top one is the slack and bunch up.
The top one is the what?
And for the slack or bunch up. So you see it green in the rear.
Yeah.
That's because it's pushed together. And yellow, that means it's stretched up.
Really?
Yes.
That's 2 things I've learned today.
You see it pulling on the front, and once it gets up to around 300 pounds of pressure on the couplers, it turns slowly to red, orange, red.
Okay.
That's the danger zone. On the back, when it's really pushing hard, it gets real bluish, almost black-like, and that's
also bad.
The same as red. Yeah, that's bad.
Okay. I just fenced my DPU now on the rear to notch 8, so I'm watching for it to not turn blue, but that green to expand. I never knew the top one had anything to do with couplers, so thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Hound also mentioned the other day, yesterday as a matter of fact, we have the beacons on the, like the SD40s, 45s, and so forth. If you want to turn off those beacons, then you turn off your, probably gen field only, but if you turn off all three of these, which controls your, it's power to your control stand, then then your beacons shut off, and then you can turn them back on. And I think they go back. No, they don't. Do they go back on unless if you don't reclaim the train?
If you turn it off, it doesn't have anything to do if you own the train or not. If you turn those buttons down, the beacon will turn off.
I'm saying after the beacon turns off, if you don't grab if you turn these back on and then jump out of your train, and the beacon goes back on though, right?
Yeah. Yeah. If you pull those buttons up, the beacon goes on. It's actually the same as the beacon button, but that doesn't work. So
Right.
I figured they coupled it to the gen field switch.
Right. So Arco's asking you if that's a Dutch accent. He hears a Dutch accent coming from you.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely true.
Tell him something.
It's so obvious.
Yeah. So Arco, Punakik, Panakik. That's all I know. What he's taught me so far.
Yeah, he's not using the swearing word, right? He's calling the pastry.
I'm calling the pastry. Say hello, my Canadian friend. In I guess, is it called Dutch or is it called something else?
Yeah, Dutch. Hallo, mijn Canadese vriend.
Oh wow.
That's Dutch. Yep.
He says his mom is from Vroom Shoop, and his dad was Fries.
Yeah, Fries. That's what we call it.
Fries?
Fries.
So next time I go to McDonald's, say I like a large Fries, please. They will
That's
think.
fries. Don't call the Fries fries, you know.
Yeah. Please. But I said please, so that kind of rhymes with freeze. Hello, Sonny. All right, so I'm giving her all she's got here. I do. I got a little bit of red in the front end there, on the slack side. But I see why. I can see the couplers because I'm pulling hard. But I got a heavy blue in the back too. So for some reason notch 8 isn't. We're squishing. We're squishing.
It would be nice if they, because you see the coupler load, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't tell you if it's on the front or the back.
That's right.
So you have to figure that out yourself.
Oh yeah, we just figure it out till we hear a, like a metal blowing up sound.
Yeah, that happens around close to 400.
Yep, we saw that, like 380, 400-ish. So yeah, I'm good now on that, understanding of that. I know they have a manual in here. I've never read it, or I've skimmed through it, but I never really paid attention because, like I said, I read the gauges in front of me. But I think that's, and us, Horsehead actually showed that before, and I was like, I always looked at, he always was talking about the air part on the bottom. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, that's the second reason why I got it up there, because sometimes you, if you don't bail off, right, you release the frame brakes, but you forgot to bail off, and the DPUs are still on, like the indie brakes. You can't see it, maybe, but you can see it in the graph.
Okay.
Or maybe one of the cars didn't release fully. Sometimes that happens. That creates a hotbox.
Right.
So you can stop and fix that one car, maybe cut it out from the rest. So that's why I used it before.
Good idea. Yeah, I bail off. I constantly bail off because every time I get the alerter, I just bail off anyways. Just because the pressure builds up on the head end. I bail off. And instead of hitting the acknowledge button, I just bail off because it's a train movement. So that's this sound that you guys keep hearing. So we're hauling ass here. We're just under 25 miles per hour, which is what, like 47 kilometers? Arco knows this because, I mean, he's quick at it. He's a mathematician in practice, not in real life. We golf. We play golf all the time on the PGA 2K21 golf game, and he just sits there and in his head calculates all this trigonometry, geometry, algebra, and I'm just going, I can count money, you know, because I don't have it. So, you know, like $5 is a lot. So like $1, $2, $3, up to $5. After that, I have to put it in a bank. Please. Oh my goodness, you're not over there, you're not over there getting sick to your stomach, are you? We're doing almost 26 miles an hour now. Not too fast for you? Uh-oh.
No, it's not. It's okay. I almost fell asleep, as you noticed.
You almost fell asleep?
Just,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's early in the morning. What time is it actually there?
It's 2 a.m. almost.
Okay.
It's not too bad still. But...
It's already Monday.
Yep, definitely.
Well, I'm in Notch 8, so, and Mr. White is back there. He's, you know how you're on a scooter and you have one foot on the scooter and the other one like pushes on the ground? That's what I saw him doing in the mirror. That's, you know, folded up right now. I saw him back there trying to, he got us up to 26. So,
he should try and ride the DPU on the back. It's kind of fun, actually.
well, he's like, I don't know if he can hear us. He's got some music going on in the cab behind us, I bet.
It does sound like he's having a party over there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He said he can get back in the DPU if you want him to. There is a seat up here if you want to get in here too. There's 3 seats up here. In these wide bodies.
Yeah, not sure how you get in that seat, by the way. Because if you control F11, right, you can move around on the engine, but that doesn't work because I'm not owning the train. So how does he get over there?
Oh, you might want to stay.
Hold
We
on,
might want.
no, sorry, it's shift 11, then it works.
See, I just hold F11. I just hold F11 and click on the cab, and it puts you in the available seat.
Yeah, if you try that now, that should work, because I moved over. So I can get in the front seat.
Yeah, but if you, in the front seat, but if you were in the front seat, he would put him where you are now. Because I've done that quite a bit. But he has a can of beans and some tortillas, so we may want him to stay.
Now he's good. Yep.
Yeah, I mean
that's fine.
Right. We have this little Christmas tree air freshener up here. Ricky Gates and his customer, or conductor, not customer. Oh, is that our red light? What happened? Why do we got a red? Oh, because he told us to call him back. We never did.
Yeah, we're good. We can still make it.
All right, well, we just asked him. We don't want to stop now. We will if we have to. Yeah, there's our highball. Final location for BNSF 7239 West.
Highball.
Hell, meatballs just don't sound good anyways. So Mike, you may need to explain that one. I don't know who Ricky Gates is, though. If it's like a cartoon television show or something, I've never seen it. Like, what's that, American Dad or South Park? I don't watch those. SpongeBob SquarePants, however, when my kids were growing up, I've seen all those. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? You know. My bird used to sing like whistle every time that song came on. All right, CP Lugo at 49.7 coming up. Couplers are looking good. Get into my normal monitoring situation here. Track speed 50. Got an approach, and now we have it clear. $5661. That number sounds familiar. That sounds like La Mirada or something. Okay, so we are here. Martinez is coming up, and Main 2 at Silverwood is our next stop. If we look at our speed restrictions, again, it's on the map here. So if we are looking at it, we can see we are 13,000 tons. But we can proceed because we're under the 14,000 ton limit. We're on main. We're going to be going down on main 2. So if we look right here, we're going to be going 25. And overall 15. So we can speed up a little bit, but between the deep or steepest part, between 56.3 and 63.2, we're going to only be able to go 15 miles an hour. 56.3 to 63.2. 63.2 is, we have to plan ahead. 63.2, oh, that's going that way. Okay, so 56.3 is right after Summit. 56.3 is the Silverwood turnout. Oh, okay, so he was a Conrail guy. That's probably why you don't know. We only have BNSF and UP out here, formerly known, or Southern Pacific and Santa Fe. I had to think about it for a while. I didn't even know what Conrail was until I started playing this and watching people talk about Conrail over on the East Coast. I think they merged with somebody, with CSX, I believe. Or is it NS? I think it was CSX. But Conrail was kind of like an, didn't they get sucked in by Amtrak or something? They got taken over by Amtrak? Well, kind of weird to be, you know, if you would smoke weed on the job. I mean, back then. So, as I was saying, the 56.3 is the Silverwood, but that's already going downhill. So we're going to have a we haven't even approached Martinez yet. Oh, yeah, CSX. Well, they dissolved them, or they took over Chessie and Conrail and then just became CSX, or they dissolved it. Okay. That's what I thought. I saw some YouTube video where they were discussing that, like the history of Conrail and all that, and even Amtrak. Let's see, 52. So Martinez, 52 and a half. Summit is 55 and a half, and that's where we need to prepare for the shit to get real. So as I've mentioned a few times, this is 13,300 tons. We've got 4 locomotives on the front end. I mean, 3 and like 3/4, because that's a -9. And then in the rear, we got 3. We got 3 and 3/4 in the front and 3 in the rear. 3? That should be 3. Catch up to her, yeah. Oh, you got 2 and 3/4 because there's another -9. So we're limping into this. We're going to be limping into it with 2.4 HPT anyways. Do I drink beer while operating this? No, I actually don't really drink. Maybe once every couple months I'll have something light. I was in the Navy, so I had a, allegedly, right guys? And in the submarine force. And I had plenty of consumable time there. And ever since I have gotten out, I continued that practice for many years and am not really much of one anymore. I do drink water right now. I don't do drugs, I drive trains. So much better. So I think Hound at 19 miles an hour, that should rumble you to sleep over there. So, and,
it goes smoothly over here.
You might want to wipe your mouth off there. You got a little bit of drool coming down it.
Sorry.
That's how Arco usually looks when he's watching these streams.
It's just, you know, the rumbling of the engine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, you can go down in the hole right there if you know.
If I'm not there anymore, you know, we're all leaving.
I mean, yeah, Arco's already on it. Yeah, Mike, it was, you know, it was a job. I signed up, I did my job, and I got out. Yeah, I was on submarines, allegedly.
BNSF detector milestone 52.5, main 2, ambient temperature.
Well, I'm what's known as a bubblehead, not a sailor. Worst part of Cajon ahead, the place where the runaways are frequent. Yeah, as soon as I come around the corner of Martinez, I'm going to try to do this with just rear DPUs. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it because I think there's too much weight.
We'll see. I don't think either. But yeah, this is the good part coming up.
Well, with Martinez, we have to get past Martinez first.
Yeah, that's a long side. What is it, like 14,000 feet or something?
Let's look. Martinez, I mean, it is 14,625. But pretty much anything can fit in here.
Since the maximum length is 12,000 feet. Yep.
Yep. Mr. White, anything wants to go wrong, this is where it happens. So I already did a video coming down the pass. It was the intermediate train handling video that I did, but I didn't have this much weight. I think I still had like 9 or 10,000, but I think I had more HPT as well. But that's where I think it was Quincy who told me to next time try it with just dynamic brakes on the rear. So we're gonna try it. Worst thing that happens, we'll break some knuckles, fall off the tracks, catch on fire, become vulture food, because BNSF doesn't want to come find our bodies. What I heard. Maybe UP will stop because they operate here as well. They'll see the wreck and they'll be like, "Oh, what's that? Is that one of ours?" They see the orange and like, "Nope, keep going, keep going, keep going." Oh yeah, we're gonna try the dynos on the rear only, but we probably, I think we're gonna need to use some in the front, and we do have air available if we need that. And if it really gets bad, we have the, what's on the keyboard? Shift F5.
Yep. Cheat, handbrake.
Yeah. Arco said in stream, dibs on the rail driver if you become dead. I already have it in my will. It goes to Arco. Arco creates. But how do you know that's not what killed us? The rail driver killed us. It failed to respond in time. Milepost 54. Summit's at 55.5. You're nervous, not because you're in the back with me driving. You're nervous because you just ate all those beans. That's not nervous, that's gas. $54. Oh, so we got a mile to go to Summit. Mile and a half. The only thing that's making this challenging, by the way, if I do 10 pounds of air and prepare ahead of time and use dynamics on the lead end, I can get down. That's not the issue. The issue is trying to do it differently. To try to do it with dynamics on the rear only with no air. This is the mighty Cajon Pass. So you have Tehachapi that is also steep and windy. The Cajon Pass is just, we're going down on the hard part, not my choice by the way, the hard part of the Cajon Pass. So the grade is 3.4%. And we have a pretty heavy train. Right, Mr. White, you'd say that 13,000 is pretty heavy? Well, if I take power off now, by the way, I'm going to stall, and I don't want to do that either, because then half my train's hanging down and the other half's on the lip. Oh, it's normal? 13,000 pounds is normal? Well, it feels pretty heavy to me. All right, we're starting to speed up, so I'm going to start taking some notches off. I'm going to look at our accelerometer here. It's just like the intermediate handling video I did. Coming up on Summit here. Oh yeah, it certainly has. And this is where I live, just, 20 miles from here. I drive through this every day going out to Barstow. Or not every day, but every time I went out to Barstow. So according to the accelerometer there, we're slowing down quite a bit, and that's fine. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. It's gonna be bouncing a little bit. We'll bring up our coupler stuff here, as Hound had suggested, as he told us what it was for, actually, now that we know. Again, I don't want to stall. I have a high ball up there. Green, clear. Clear at Summit. BNSF 7239 westbound. I am now going to fence my DPUs. Again, I'm slowing down here because 15 is what I'm supposed to be at just after Summit. So I'm already preparing ahead of time. So hopefully if we prepare soon enough without dying the train out, if you hear the alarm, then you can jump. All right, so let's, now it's time to pay attention. Accelerometer has us slowing down a bit. And we can see that in our speedometer there. I'm on a defense here because I don't need it to yank us out. I pulled back a little bit by doing that. So stretch the train a little bit, which is fine. I didn't leave it on too long. So I am making, because I have the rail driver, it's a little sensitive sometimes. No smoking weed, that's for sure. Yep. So I'm at 13 with a little increase in speed. I'm going to go ahead and notch to idle and then watch what happens here. It shows us slowing down a little bit. I have a little bit of a crossing here, but a lot of times this is where I end up stalling out anyways. A lot of times I'll click on the map on the other screen and then I try to run back over here to change anything and the mouse is over on the other screen. It doesn't respond to my controls, so that's kind of a pain. So I'm at 10. I'm at Summit, so I'll be going down here, but I got to be careful because most of my train is behind me coming uphill a little bit. Accelerometer is saying that we're slowing down slightly, a little bouncing, a little slow down, speed up, slow down, speed up. Couplers are at 31, looking good. I don't want to come screaming into the slope here. Look at this beauty from the outside here. Not for too long though, because again, we want to concentrate on what we're doing. 30 miles an hour is the maximum speed, but we are weight limited. So main 2 has us limited 56.3 to 63.2 at 15 miles per hour. We're 5 under. So far we are looking good. You can see that we're starting to go down here a little bit, but also, as I mentioned, most of my train's behind me, so I can't really trust that yet. We're at 10. As soon as this thing starts speeding up to about 12, then I'm going to fence my DPUs. In the rear, we'll see if we can just handle with just the rear. We got 3 DPUs on the rear. But we'll see if that can maintain us. If not, we'll bring in the front. Or if the couplers start getting crazy, then we can always add air as long as we don't bust knuckles before that. So the rail driver decided to notch up to notch 2. I didn't do that. How you doing back there, Mr. White? You doing all right? Them beans kick in yet? All right, excellent. All right, I'm going to go into idle here. I'd say with a pro. We'll see about that in a minute. Silverwood coming up. That's where we have to be at 15, and we are below. Well, that's good to know. So as you see right now, I'm starting to, well, I was starting to speed up. I'm watching the accelerometer here. Everything above me is looking good. We're going to be going off to the left here on the short end of this. So we're starting to speed up here. I'm going to go ahead and set my fence now. All right, and I'm trying to, let me go into setup here. I'm trying to notch, there we go. That's why. I wasn't in setup, dynamic brake setup all the way, or at all. So I'm at 9.2. I'm getting a little bit of speed, DPU error, so right now it's not going to respond. Slowing down a little bit, but I'm watching. My dynamic brakes are in setup. So I have to have them set up before I fence, otherwise they won't respond when I'm trying to do this. So we are getting a little speed there on accelerometer, and it's kind of bouncing around a little bit. Right. That's what I had mentioned before. It's like when I was helping somebody yesterday, and I was like, yeah, before you change anything, just give it 20, 30 seconds before you make changes. We're currently in idle, and we are what seems to be slowing, but that can be a problematic. Half my train's in the back, but as soon as that comes over the hill, it's going to be pushing on me. So we just have to let it coast for a minute and just watch what it does. We're in no hurry here. We can't be. We have to be at 15 miles an hour or less. And I know at this corner, it's going to start speeding up. Again, we are going to try this with no air, but I do have as much air as I need, obviously. Passing 9 miles an hour now, up towards 10. Accelerometer is starting to speed up now. Bail off. Now that we're at 10, I'm going to go ahead and give it a notch on the rear. Now we got to go, let's go ahead and go to 3. Now let's stop there. And we're watching the coupler pressure at the top there. Mid notch 3 in the back, and see, we're kind of bouncing around a little bit. So far, so good. Our speed is below 15. Starting to speed up here a little bit. Wait for the couplers to stabilize as they just have. Went to notch 4 now. The train is bunching a little bit. DPU answered at dynamic brake 4. Still under 13, or still under 15 at 14 now. Now we are at 15 on the dot. Watching couplers. Past 15 at 16, so we're 1 mile over. And we're starting to hit the steep stuff here. I'm going to go ahead and give a little bit on the front end, because otherwise it's going to get away from me here. So I wasn't able to do it with just the rear DPUs because I probably was not doing it soon enough, or enough dynamic brakes. So, and that's okay. Now we just need to make sure we have the train under control. Nothing to panic over. We'll just slow it down. See, I got blue there on the front. Oh, that's because I'm in notch 7. I'm down to notch 5 in the front and notch 7 in the rear. So the coupler pressure comes off. We're back down to just under 17. So if I can get the weight off the front couplers, and I can release the front dynamic braking, but right now we're at 260. We're up to 18, so we're actually going faster than we should, but we do have it under control for now. It'd be too easy with air. Put 10 pounds on and not a problem. So we're trying to do it without air, and I don't think that's going to be possible much longer. I'm past that point where I need to add air. Yeah, I know, that's a lot of weight. So 12 pounds. Yeah, we're in full dynamic braking right now with 12 pounds of air. You can see the speed coming down a little bit. A lot of weight on the back of the locomotives, but we got to get it slowed down here. All right, let's put another 8 on. Not the prettiest thing. Now we're starting to slow down. I'm going to come off on the front end a little bit. Now a lot of that weight came off as the rear DPU is holding most of it.
Good save there, buddy. Woke me up.
You heard the whine.
Yeah, I saw 25 on the
we broke the
That was
coupler.
a bit.
All right, so here we come to a stop.
BNSF detector milepost.
Because I still have the DPUs fenced.
Main 2.
So I was pulling too much on the rear. I was looking up the couplers, not at the pressure I was doing on the back end there. Look at that.
Yeah, broke coupler. I'll fix the coupler and shut down the angle cock. Close the angle cock.
BNSF detector milepost.
All right.
58.6.
Angle cock closed.
Main 2. No defects. Repeat, no defects.
I just said I didn't have any defects. That's nice.
Train speed 0 mph.
I don't think that was us.
97 degrees.
Do I need to back up, or are the cars
Yes, sir.
coming towards us?
Nope, they're standing still. It's about 25 cars.
25 cars reverse?
Yes, quite a bit.
Okay. Let's see, PCS open. Let's see, I've got independent brake on. See if we can get up the hill here. Oh, because I didn't. Okay, now I can go in reverse. I'm going to sand. And let me start my move back. Yeah, I only tried to get notch 4, but the rail driver put me in 5, so just have to deal with that. Here we go, coming back slowly. Trying to. Nope.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard because it broke pretty far back, so all that weight is on your end now.
Yeah, especially so that I'm pushing most of this backwards, right?
Detector, milepost 58.6, main 2, no.
I'll let you know when I got movement in the right direction. So
Total
far.
axle 4, train speed 0 mph, ambient temperature 97 degrees, out.
Yeah, I'd put air on the cars, and then I'm trying to push back right now, so that's
Take your time.
right. Sand.
You know what we could do?
What?
I could take over the back DPUs and shove them back to
Yep,
you.
yep.
Couple that way. Yeah.
Let me see if I can get this moving first. I'm gonna take off the handbrakes now and see what happens.
Roger, standing by.
Oh wow! As soon as I took the handbrakes off, it started rolling. I hear the probably because I'm
BNSF detector, milepost 58.6, main 2.
Or
And it-
maybe Quincy can grab it. It's all there.
So I don't know
Oh,
why
wait.
I have my independence on. All right, I'm just gonna do that. Turn sand off. That's hard.
BNSF
That is hard.
detector, milepost 58.6, main 2,
So
no
you-
defects. Repeat,
You fix
no
the
defects.
broken coupler,
Total axle 2,
Yep.
0.
and
The
yeah,
back
you're
of
gonna grab the
your train
DPUs
is
and push them
closed.
forward.
Ambient
Yeah, if you want me
Okay.
to.
Yeah, yeah. Go for it.
degrees, out.
So Quincy's asking if you want to run it as manned helpers back there. Do you know how to run it in Run 8 manned helpers?
Never done it. So let me shove those. You want me to man the DPUs? You mean?
If you want to.
Well, Quincy can do it because he suggested it. I've never done it. To be
Yeah,
honest.
the only thing is there's a little bit of a delay in the communications, though.
All right, let's first fix the train.
Okay.
We'll see. Need to be careful here as well, because otherwise we're gonna have a train wreck here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the couplers broke because I was notch 8 on the DPU, so I was trying to do what was, use the DPUs to keep the train, but I took my focus off the DPUs for a moment and looked at the front end as I was coming off the power, and didn't matter how slow I did it. So I am not going to be successful at getting this thing down the hill with just the rear DPUs only. I mean, I need to practice that many more times. Well, yeah, it simulates a bunch of stuff. All right, so we got movement there. And hear them heavy on the DPUs.
That's full dynamics over there.
Yep.
Because you can't keep it with the indies.
No independent brakes will burn up. But I mean, so anybody watching, I mean, yeah, the coupler's broke. Yep. But we kept the train under control, which is the #1 goal, right? Coupler's broke, we can recover from it. Trains didn't fall off the tracks and disintegrate. So even though this can happen, this is how you recover from, you know, this issue. And I knew going into it, it was going to be incredibly difficult for myself to be able to bring this down with just rear dynamics. I did mention that. And by the way, Alenti, I think that's how you say your name, Railfan USA. And welcome, glad to see you here. I know you've been watching in the Discord streams. Most would have panicked. Panic kills you. Panic erases your zeros and ones. So, I mean, unfortunately for NM, if you're watching this later, or if you're watching this now on the big TV, there's, you know, there wasn't a derailment, but there was a knuckle break. So, I mean, that could be just as fun for you to watch. He only shows up for the derailments, by the way. So what is he at? About 3 cars left?
Yep, about 2 to go.
Yeah, that's why when you told me you just use the rear DPUs, I'm like, I don't know if that's possible.
Hold on, let me first relinquish this one, because it, you know, you got the problem that the indie keeps coming on and getting off. So let me first fix that.
Yep. Well, I'm sure it can be done. Like I said, I need more practice only running that. This is my first time ever trying it with just the rears. I said if I had just done it the way that I normally do, we would have been down without a problem. But I wanted to try it that way. Is that coupler fixed? Yeah.
All right, that did the trick. All right, are we good to couple?
Yeah, of course. Stand by.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm in neutral. I've got full independence and all handbrakes on. The only thing I would have been, what she says, the only thing I would have done different here would be nothing. Well, that's good to know. It's like I said, my first time trying it in that particular way, and it is definitely challenging. All right, they're getting ready to couple. Let's go back in the thing in case this thing runs away from us as they couple. See if we can see them from here. Nope.
That should be it.
All right, let's
If you can do crane traction, is this all?
oh, you know why? Because you connected the rear engines that he had command of, I can't get back in the front. So he has to relinquish so I can get back in mine.
Yeah, I have no control of any train, so
No, I understand. I'm saying he can hear me though.
yeah, this is, this is pretty hard. Don't underestimate this.
Oh no, for sure, yeah. So you are coupled back there?
It is coupled.
Okay.
You want me to connect those?
Yeah, Mr. White, I can't do anything until you relinquish, so I can make this the lead engine again. You don't have it. Okay. Because I can't click on anything.
Nope, me neither.
Make sure,
Nobody has control of the train, according to F2 menu.
yeah, that is weird. So what do? We can't click it.
Ha, this is a tough one.
I mean, I can't even select where I'm at right now on the, you know what I mean? Like the Shift Z. Oh, here we go. 168.72, there's a split track. That's not us, right? Because
We are on
we don't have any
165.
switches. 168.72.
It could be us, yep.
That is. How? That is us. FEC. All right, so FEC 91 518908. It's this guy here. So this guy's off there. I have to just re-rail it easy because we can't pull forward. We can't select our train. All right. So I literally have no train, no ability. 51. Oh, the DPU in the back is pushing on it or something because it just did it again. But I can't even select it to delete it. Probably, I think it's back here.
The only way it tells on the dispatch, it shows you have control, but not on the F2 menu.
Yeah, because if I'm honking the horn, I got nothing. I'm trying to select things, and I can't do anything with this thing. I can't. All right, let me do this then.
Maybe, let me log out. Maybe
That's
will
what I just
disconnect
did.
something. I'll bail out for a second.
Yep. Trying to come back in. This has been the train from hell since since we took it to
It's a tough
oh,
cookie.
you know what? So it just powered down. All right, so I have the train again. So leaving the server and coming back fixed it, and it's not derailing now. That I can tell. Welcome to BNSF, Mr. White says. All right, let's go to the head of the train. All right, we have it back. Charge it up with the cheat since we've been spending so much time on this. Let me get out and auto everything. Go back in. We're outside to make sure. So I think we're ready to go. Yep.
Yeah, looks good, sounds good.
Okay. So I'm going to go into dynamic setup to start with. I can't do that. I have to be in gear. Let me check the screen to make sure we're in the right. Silverwood. Okay, so our signal's in front of us.
Hold on, make sure you got dynamics on.
I have dynamics on right now. I'm going to go into dynamic 3 to start before I remove the handbrakes.
Now, make sure you activate the dynamics. You're just...
Handbrakes off.
BNSF detector milepost 58.6.
Oh, you know what? That wasn't dynamics. That was the wrong way. I was going forward. That was my fault. But at least we didn't break it too far.
No, we're good. Let me
I don't know if
attach your EOT on the back.
Well, I have to fix this broken coupler. All right. So let me go back in the locomotive. Yeah, so I was... Okay. See if I can get this thing back to the rest of the train there just by coming up a little bit. See if I can do that.
Then we got a double brake. So we got a broke up and then about 5 cars and then another brake with each 1 car in between.
All right, we're coming back slow.
2 cars.
You said there's another set behind?
Yep. 1 more. And then just keep on shoving back.
Working it.
Roger. Just shy 10 feet.
58.6.
That the second set?
No,
No, that's still the first one.
Okay.
Keep going. I need at least 1 more car. Connected.
Train speed 0 mph. BNSF
And we
detector
need 1 more.
58.6. Main 2.
Half a car. 30, 20, 10. Good.
Okay.
You got it. Should be on.
Okay. I have the DPUs back.
BNSF detector milepost 58.
Woo! We got couplers in the middle there.
No defects. Repeat, no defects. Total axle.
Stand
or
off.
Train speed 0 mph.
I'm going to release the handbrakes.
Temperature 97 degrees. Out.
Here we go. Just to release some of that tension. Okay, handbrakes back on. And as everything stabilizes here, we're going to get going again. Hello, Elvis. Hello, Nate. We're having a challenge here. Going down the Cajon Pass, stuck in the pass. We're not too far down. So,
If I may opt for another departure strategy, make sure you got all the air, right? Leave the handbrakes on for now. Make sure the train is aired up. Put the train brakes on and release the indies with the dynamics on. And that way depart slowly and then release the train brakes. That will save you a lot of coupler stress on the front. Because you keep the train brakes on. You know what I'm getting at?
well, you're gonna get stress of the couplers in the middle though with air on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna put. I got 12 on now. Actually, let me drop that. Let me just go 10 pounds. I'll start with 10 pounds of dynamic. So I'm in forward dynamics, no fencing right now. Got the handbrakes on. I got the independent on fully. And
Sure,
now
you got dynamics on, right?
dynamics are, so I'm in. Nope. I don't know why I was in forward. I keep going in forward. Okay, so now I have dynamics. I got dynamic 3. I'm going to start with 3 as I release the handbrakes. Independent's coming off. All right, I got dynamics 4 now. I'm going to release the handbrakes.
BNSF detector milepost.
And all the couplers look good.
5.6, main 2.
You got this. There it goes, looking good.
Yeah, I'm just watching the brakes right now. Yeah, this is a good sim, and we just broke knuckles coming down the Cajon Pass. I'm getting too fast now. Full dynamics. Thought I had air on, but I didn't. I released it, I guess.
Well, we're doing good.
Well, we're at 20.
Yeah, we need to apply some air brakes.
I have air on.
Way.
I have air on now.
Cool. You're the engineer. I'll let you run the site.
15 pounds. I think I released the air when I started moving, and then by the time I needed it again. All right, I've got some slow. I'm starting to slow down now, which is good. I'm coming 20, 22. Well, oh no, I'm looking over at my stream. It's delayed. Okay, so now I'm gonna let off the dynamics a little bit. That 15 pounds air is helping a lot. Okay, so what I've learned here is I am not going to be able to, at this point in time, come down the Cajon Pass with using dynamics only on the rear of a 13,000 ton train.
Well, is that ever right?
Yeah. Well, that's what Mr. White said. That's how they do it in real life.
Don't let it get too slow.
So that's what I tried there. I tried coming down with only dynamics on the rear and no air. And then I tried using the forward dynamics as well. And then I had to put air on, and that's when I broke that knuckle.
You're still slowing down, so
Oh, I know.
you maybe have just a hair too much air.
No,
You
I know.
might have
I'm
to
reading
stop.
chat too, though.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll get out of here. I just wanted to watch you guys. I'm
No,
sorry.
you can watch. You can stay here.
Sure, jump on.
If you're still slowing down, then there's too much air. So just stop, take the air off, and put a 10-pound set on, and then try it again. See if you could get the dynamics. Whoop, you're all right. You're good.
I know.
That's good. If it shallows out a little bit, if the grade reduces, though, you may end up having to stop.
Between the train forces and the weight on the drawbar is going to happen anyways. I mean, yeah, it's, you know, trying it, so the way that I know how to do it and trying a new way was definitely a situation I had a feeling was going to happen anyways, but I'm willing to try it, you know. I just need more
Well,
practice doing it that way. I'm
That's the
right.
whole. What's wonderful about this sim That's what's truly great.
Well, he said I broke a knuckle. Most people would have laid it on the ground.
Yeah. You're doing great. Anyway, I thought I'd stop off and see what you guys are up to.
Yeah, no problem. Hang out.
Pretty much out of time for this evening, so I will catch up. I got some of LMC done. I got a little more to do, maybe tomorrow afternoon. So
Right. Okay.
catch you guys later.
All right, you too.
We'll see you, buddy.
Mr. White, no need to apologize. I wanted to try it that way. You gave me the idea, and I said, well, let's see if we can do it. And there's nothing to
Great.
apologize.
Now, you're right in range. You're at dynamic 6, and you've got enough air on so you can come back up and down on the dynamic and control your speed. That's perfect.
But there's no reason to apologize for suggesting something, especially if that's the way they do it. I'm not an engineer in real life, so I was definitely willing to do that, and we gave it a try, and now I know what I need to practice on.
Okay. Well, you guys have a good time, and Hound, again, thanks for yesterday.
Oh, no worries, buddy. We'll do it again.
Okay.
Have a good one, Dakota.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Maddie C, by the way. Yeah, now we just have to manage the speed that we have here. Again, I was okay with what happened because, again, I knew that it was going to be tough. And that's why I chose to do this one.
No defects. Repeat. No
We fixed it.
We fixed
We're
it.
rolling. And
Back
one
on the
piece.
road. We broke it again. And then we're back up. Well, we broke it again because of that mishap with the helper unit, kind of. The sim doesn't like that. I don't know why. Like, only one person can own the train, and then nobody else can, like, really do anything other than throw brake lines and stuff.
Yep.
So that
It's
was
best to relinquish and then let the other guy couple.
right. That's the best way to, the sim limitation there. If it hadn't been for that, we wouldn't have broke a second time. We would have been fine. Oh, no, we were fine, except, well, I had to leave and come back, but I was in forward and not in dynamics when I started to go again. So that pressure broke the couplers.
Lesson 1, don't panic.
Do not panic. Just get through it.
Calm yourself down and take a look at it, fix it.
All right, so right now couplers look good. I'm gonna go ahead and release the air. I'm gonna put just 10 on now. I have to release and then re-put on because it only allows you to release, put back on. The main reservoir is at 135, so it's charging. And then as I did that, you can see the train starting to speed up again, which is okay. We are getting fast, but we can put a little bit of, bring a little dynamics in. Maybe a lot more. DPU hasn't answered yet, though. Yeah, the knuckle's way cheaper than a drawbar, and it's way cheaper than a whole new train. As we see, we're way over speed here, but that's, it is what it is. We'll just try to get it under control here. Got a lot of pressure on the drawbar, so let me release a little bit as you see it turn from blue to green. We're getting way too fast. So let's put some more air on. Go back to the 15 we were using before.
Yeah, the problem is once you get up to speed a little bit more, the dynamics get less effective.
Right. Well, also,
And
I keep looking over at chat too, so I'm trying to keep, chat.
Yeah. That's you need to really be on your toes with this one.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it. And if you, like this, this is not really a runaway, but it's close to it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're running away all right, but it's starting to come down now.
That happened in like 5 seconds,
Right.
right?
Yep.
So that's how hard it is.
That's how hard it is. But we're bringing it under control now. Oh, we were. Okay, let's go down to 20 pounds. We'll bring it down. Yeah, on the depot public servers never really been populated. The plus servers are, but not the public servers. It's coming down just slowly.
We might want to ask Otto for a new routing.
Okay. Yeah. Train's running away real quick.
3.5 ahead, so that's good.
We're coming, we're coming. I mean, out now that we're down a bit, it shouldn't be as difficult going from here. It is still steep, but it's not. Let's see, what are we at? We're at 2, so it's not as bad as that 3.2 we were dealing with before. So, yes, we are over speeding. If we look on here, we're pink as hell, but it is what it is. Thing is to get her slowed down nice and easy so that we can go home and have dinner. Well, I don't know if Depot is the best. I'm a Depot Plus member as well, Nate. And so I play on there as well, but this is my home. This is where I spend most of my time. The Depot is nice. They have much more of a database driven supply system. And that's fun as well. But here we're a little bit more relaxed, and this is, I like to call this more of a training server. We like to come on here like I just did. Try something different. More difficult than usual. I would never do that on the Depot. On the Depot Plus. Because the cars behind me are tied into a database, whereas here, they're not. You know, we can respawn those cars if an accident happens or something like that. So, we like to learn how to operate trains and stuff on this one, and then you can go over to Depot and put that into practice. Yeah, there's a link down below in the Discord for the Mateo Community server, which is where I'm at now. Hound right here is on here with me. And there is a check ride that has to be completed. So I have videos on basic train handling operations. And I did this run before on an intermediate train handling where I did it the way that I normally do it. This was a test run that I was doing to see if I can do it the real way that they do it. And yeah, it didn't work out for me this time. But now I'm going to practice, and now I'll be able to get it sooner or later. All right, so I'm going to leave dynamics here in 7. Wait for the DPU to respond before I release my air. Okay, I'm in 7. I'm going to release the air. I should start coming up here in a second in speed. Keep an eye on the speed. Okay, I don't want to lose too much. Zed, hello. So anyways, there's the basic train handling operations video I have is going to tell you kind of what to expect in the skills check. Just basic. We just want to make sure that you can operate a train without destroying other people's multiplayer experience. So now I'm putting I put 12 pounds on, and that looks good there so far. I'm off dynamics a little bit. It is easy. If you know how to move a train, it is easy. However, it's not about that. It's about tagging and everything else. The biggest thing we care about on Mateo Community Server is communicating with other people and not deleting trains. It's basically a driving test. But this is a server to learn on, so we do allow more mistakes than the Depot Plus does. And for there, you have to do an extensive check ride on the Depot Plus. I think mine took about an hour and a half, closer to 2 hours, and then I had to do Operations Center training for about 2 hours. Ours runs about an hour depending on what Yardmaster gives you the test and how well you're doing. I know in the first 10 minutes if somebody's going to be in our server soon or not, just based on how they are, not necessarily how they handling the train, but how they are. So it's kind of a personality test as well. Well, we could spawn this back if you want to run it, Quincy, next. I put one up there for you right now. We'll have to do it off stream though. So after all the headaches and everything, we are now safely operating this sucker down this hill here. No, sir, you're good, right? Well, chat, if I missed anything that you guys said, sorry about that. Obviously, you saw what was going on. We were just trying to get this thing out of the way because we were blocking the main line. Well, this one's going to end up going to drop off at Porphyry before it heads over to off map in the San Diego sub. So we got a lot of cars drop up at Porphyry. They're a little dented. There's not too much dirt on them. Kept everything pretty much together except for those couple knuckles. Thank God we had some spares. So playing this Run 8 with other players is fantastic. As I said, Hound's right here is my conductor, and you know, he's helping me out with switches and helping me put the train back together if there's an accident, as we already had where the knuckles broke.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, guys.
And they're working in the yards, right? Right, Hound? Working in the yards with people is outstanding.
Oh, you can do so much. You know, if you want to join, make sure you handle train. Just go single player, fool around, play a little bit, know your train, know a little bit about how you do auto, make a good video on that. And there was one more thing.
A lot of it has to do with
Two
attitude.
things for the check rides, and then, but you know, if you don't know something in the check ride, just say, I don't know how that works. You know, I'm not the professional. I will help you through it. And then you're good to go to come on the server and work the yacht share. Okay.
That's what the yard master's here to do, to help you out, to help make your experience as pleasurable as possible without doing anything that will cause the server to crash. We're looking out for that too.
You don't have to be perfect to admit it. You know, we'll help you through it.
Take your time. If you take your time and you don't panic, doesn't matter. You're not going to be a danger to anybody else on the server or the server crashing itself.
No, if there's one good tip, if you have a problem like we had just now, just let somebody know on the community on Discord, so we know there's something going on, you know? And then take your time to fix the problem, because you already let somebody know the main is blocked, I had a problem, I had an emergency, and then that's fine. don't keep it silent, because otherwise everybody's gonna run into your train and they don't know what's going on. So if you communicate about it, you'll probably get lucky and one of the Yardmasters will jump in and help you out. And that's what we do.
You can see on the map I just did, there's no trains really too close to us either. Even though we have that incident, we didn't really slow anybody else down. They probably got red signals, but it wasn't anything crazy. We have a UP, what is it? Was a UP train behind us and the BNSF train behind us. Coal train, so that guy's slow anyways, but here we're here and we're clear all the way to baseline. Yeah, we've had quite a few people on here the last couple weeks. And once you play this, like you're saying, I got Train Sim World 3. I had played Train Sim World 2 and so forth before I got Run 8. I bought Train Sim World 3 on Humble Bundle because it was like 15 bucks for everything. And I played it for about 8 minutes and then uninstalled it because I'm like, no, I'm not, that's garbage compared to this. This is way different. So 12 pounds on, dynamic brakes about 6. We're holding speed. Yeah, I played solo for about 4 months before I decided to join. I joined the depot first and played on the public server I think once, and then saw Mateo's videos about I have a server, come play on a server. I have a server, come play on a server. His first videos, that's how they were. I have a server, you should come play on our server. I was like, you know what? I'm waiting to I think I was waiting for Plus to open because it wasn't open. And so then I came to Mateo's server and definitely really enjoyed the people that were here and how open everybody was. And I've never left. I do, like I said, play on Plus. Sometimes I put videos out on that, but it's and it's not like they're super strict or anything. It's just there's so much effort into a database that tracks everything, customer orders and so forth, that you don't want to make a mistake on there because then somebody has to fix it. Here, you make a mistake, yeah, somebody has to fix it, but it's not quite the same. It's not like you need a database engineer that has to go in there and, you know, correct the transaction logs and so forth. So we'll have problems on here, learn from them. That's what's important. We want you to learn from the mistakes. I just learned to you know, I have to try this more times the way it's run, and we'll see if we can do it. And once we do it successfully, then I'll probably I don't know, put out either another live stream, which I'll break everything again, or do it on a recording. The last recording I did down Cajon, that was one take. That was the first take, and it was one take. I've run Cajon so many times, but I was trying to do it the way that they really do it, as suggested by Mr. White, that just used the rear DPUs. So maybe the train was too heavy for me on this time, and I just wasn't used to it. You know, there's a lot of variables, and he says it happens in real life too. So a lot of people actually break knuckles, put it in the dirt, and it's kind of how it is. You know, it's iffy. So try it out. Doesn't work? Don't apologize. I love the challenge of it. Now I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to do it without breaking knuckles. There's no reason to feel bad. It was fun.
Yeah. Don't feel sorry about it. It was good fun. I liked it.
There's a great question up there, is what causes the server to crash? And the best answer to that is terrible train handling. People running locals, smashing into the other cars too much, or driving through, you know, they don't clear the switches enough, so you drive through like another train. But usually what causes it is when they hit the bumpers at like 4 or 5 mile doesn't matter. You hit the bumpers, the train disappears, and sometimes it crashes the server. It will definitely make the train disappear. I had a stream 2 weeks ago where I was backing up a train and I just needed a few more feet and it didn't stop and the wheels came off. But I had a copy of the train, so Yardmaster, am able to respawn it, you know. You guys couldn't do that unless you're Yardmasters, but we can as long as you have a copy of that train. But it just, you know, I was trying to get a few feet out of it and I was going downhill and stuff, and it, you know, it happened. So it wasn't a big deal. We took care of it, but it was something to learn from. So now what I learned from that is now I put handbrakes on the rear cars as I'm pushing in. So when I let off, cars will stop without slamming in the bumper, even though I was going nice and slow. But there was no bumper at the end of it, by the way. It's just the track ended. And of course, watching chat again, look at, I'm up to 21. So let's slow her down here. I just had a train disappear today, no fault of my own. I think it's because the EOT was attached on the DPUs. And when I disconnected the DPUs in order to put more cars on it, the whole thing in front of me disappeared. DPUs were fine, but everything else disappeared. And I believe that was because I had the EOT active on the DPUs. And I haven't done that in about a year where that happened to me. So I always take the EOTDs off or deactivate them on the engines or power. And I have a bad habit of saying, or I say engines and they're not actually, I think they're just called power units. But that made my train disappear right in front of me because I disconnected from it. It didn't make sense, and I was like, oh, I think I left the EOT activated, which doesn't make sense, but sometimes it does. That's 89.6. That me again?
We are 166, and that's 89. So.
Okay. I was trying to get to the thing of the tile, but I kept going the one where you're standing on the ground.
Looks like it's
Difference between
NP power.
Difference between the DPU and the helper is one is manned and the other is remote controlled.
Yeah, we could try that next time with a manned helper, but like I said, I've never done that before, so that's gonna be another challenge.
Yeah, and so, you know, that's the hard part is, so how do you man it? You know, if you can't have control of the whole consist, you can't have two engineers. So how do you do man helper in the sim? If it maybe has to be set to helper, and then you can get in there and do it before you take control of it.
I hope so that it works like that. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting at least. I don't know any other way.
Well, we're gonna have to try it.
Yeah. Well, that's, you know, if you can do that, that's awesome, because that's really detailed. It's really a good simulation.
Yeah.
But, well, we'll see. Yeah, we're gonna take a look at it at a later time, if you don't mind. It's 3 a.m. over here, so.
Oh yeah. No, if you need to take off, appreciate hanging out.
I'm enjoying the ride, scenery. Everything looks fine now, so the conductor can close his eyes a bit.
Well, Arco's been asleep for the last hour. I mean, he popped in and you heard the voice, and then he's like, okay, it's night time. Yeah, we are almost down the pass. Gonna be 2% grade, but that's not as bad. See, we have a okay, I got a green up here. Go down and look. Hit the bridge. There's a crossing there, right after the bridge. Okay. Well, the rough move down the hill, but eventually we got it here. We'll live to try it again. Still have management to do though, as don't want to get carried away here because we're still on negative 1.9%. Yeah, the DPU comms, I mean, you have all the hills. It's like like you said, a cordless phone kind of thing. A little radio signal. The back one in the back, as you make changes here, signals out. There's a radio box in there. And like there's a lot of times there's up here somewhere. I don't see it in this one. And so it goes, there's a fuse in here, like Train Sim World 2, there's like a fuse up here on the panel that you turn it on. So in the back, it signals out like a cordless phone. So if you get all these hills and stuff that interfere with it, then you can lose your signal, and then you get a flashing yellow light on there as it loses that comms, and usually for a few seconds. I think if it's a minute without signal, so a minute in yellow, then it can go red, which means it won't respond. You have to stop, I believe. So I don't know what button. There's this thing up here, controls, and it tells you, I think it was like a DPU fence. But anyways, it's in here, been able to fence. I see it's up and down, but I have a rail driver, so that's what I use. Shift plus the left and right brackets. There you go. So right there. So shift, left, and right. And of course, you have to have your display here on the right one, otherwise you won't see it either. On the rail driver, I have the little, I printed out the thing that goes underneath the buttons, and so they're the ones that are all the way to the right, the buttons. So it's it's basically the second from the right at the bottom will turn it on, and the one above it turns it off. And then you enter the you power up or power down buttons next to it to the right. Yeah, this sim is this. I mean, this is a sim. You know, the graphics, people, I remember first playing it like, well, the graphics aren't as good. But I mean, if you think about Train Sim World, the graphics aren't that good if after you get like 10 feet away from the tracks anyways, they go to nothing. So it's just eye candy around the tracks, but that's it. Plus, this allows you to do so much more, like industry work and everything else. You can program them, but it's already, this is already, the rail driver's already built in to the game, so the sim, so everything that you need is already there. I don't know if they heard you because I was inside the or outside the cab. Yeah, again.
Oh, sorry. I work just exclusively with the keyboard. Works fine.
Yeah.
Rail driver gives more feeling, but you can do it with the keyboard. It's no problem.
Yeah, the rail driver's like you get the muscle memory, but I mean, I guess you can do the same thing with your fingers. You know, I don't know how popular, because I usually don't stay on. I mean, Nick's here, Hound's here all the time. I don't know what hours we rotate. We're international, so we have people on it all times. I don't know exactly what hours it's dead, and obviously that changes. It's very dynamic throughout the year. Right now, there's been a lot of people on. I mean, if we look right now on the network, go on the server right now, these are all the people that are on. And if I contrast that to the depot, which I can't show you the depot page because it has my password in it. Actually, I can if I do it this way. So that's the depot right there. The 4 servers that the depot has. The Mateo Community server, we have, of course, people just left, but the Mateo Community server, we have this West Coast SoCal server, but we also, if you're a member of here, then we have the High Green Run 8 server as well, who the same guy owns both, and he has a different Discord. But if you're a member of SoCal, you can go to that one, and if you're a member of that one, you can come to SoCal. So we have, it's the CSX on the southeast. So in Depot, you see right now, SoCal has nobody on it. This is Plus, by the way. This is Depot Plus. This is not the public server. So Plus has 0 on it for SoCal, 0 NorCal. A-Line has 2, and Mohawk has 1. But it's also Sunday, so not a lot of people are on there. Yeah, if you only have SoCal, we have all the routes on both. So, and all the rolling stock. So if you have it, it will show up. If it's utilized, we don't like do requests like, oh, I want to have this engine, because who cares? You get what you get. It's the way, that's the way it is on the railroad. So when somebody goes, I need to have SD70 because I'm so bored with the 44, the GVOs. And you're like, okay, and what's the difference? I mean, 100 more horsepower is the only difference, and that doesn't really do much. Or I want to see, you know, NS instead of BNSF. But I mean, you're running on BNSF lines, so you're going to be running BNSF power, because at least on the head end, you don't just get to do whatever you want to do. It is a server, it's managed. You want to do what you want to do, play in single player. Trying to move over. All right, let me see what my track speed. I can go 35 now. I don't know why I keep slowing down. I went straight off the dynamics because I slipped and missed. keep a little dynamics on. I'm gonna go ahead and come off the brakes now and go 35, but yeah, you don't get to pick what you drive. We build the trains, we build the jobs, we keep stuff moving, and they go from the big yards like Barstow or West Colton, if you're UP, they go out to the locals. You want to do local work, the San Bernardino sub has the most. You like driving road trains, any of the routes are, but the base game is fine. And then from there, the customers process the cars and they go back to the big yards. Kind of like how it is. Hello, Wild West Rob. He also does a stream, so if you're interested in seeing some Run 8, Wild West Rob is your man right there. I think it was on Twitch, or was it? No, it was on YouTube yesterday. Go check him out when he's live. There's not a whole lot of us that actually do live content of Run 8, so all right, I'm gonna put some air on now that I'm a little too fast here. Go stand over here. We'll watch the train go by. I'm getting a little fast here, but that's okay. I'm gonna end up pulling this into San Bernardino, I think. 2 hours and 30 minutes is long enough for me. Most of that time was fixing this thing. Oh, I don't know what horn it is. Bunch of custom ones. That's a Norfolk Southern K5 LLA 0 off the enhancement Discord. Right. Pull it into a siding and then recrew it. That's going to be it, guys. Simulator Sunday is officially done. Going to be back next Sunday for some more. So thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out here. And Mr. White, again, thank you for the suggestion. I'm going to practice at that. I'm telling you, I'm going to get it down because I want to try it. I want to do it successfully. And yeah, it was a lot of fun, even though it seemed like maybe it wasn't. But no, it's a learning experience, and that's what I like doing. So I really appreciate it. I'll be back next Sunday. I'll be on Twitch on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do some Super Mega Baseball 3. I'm in my custom teams. beer keggers. And I'm in the playoffs facing the Rockstars. I made all these teams. So we're going to finish that series up and move on to something else. But that'll be Wednesday on Twitch. So we'll be right back here next Sunday. So I hope you guys have a great week. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks again.
See you guys. Thanks, Bear.
Thank you, sir.